I had a very unsuccessful marriage before and I was living alone with my 12-year-old son. I gave all my love to my son. I have lost my faith in marriage and have no intention of getting married again. Although it is hard to bring up my son alone, my son is very obedient, which makes me very happy. In order to make my son's life better, I found 2 jobs and I would often work late. One day after work, I was driving home, but on the way home I got into a car accident. I hit a large tree on the side of the highway due to fatigue driving. I hit my head on the steering wheel. I don't know how long it took, but I found myself in a dark place. I was surrounded by many spirits who were walking without a purpose, like zombies. I saw a person to my left, and I couldn't see her face. I thought it was my dead grandmother, and her clothes resembled the one my grandmother wore earlier. She was on crutches and wearing a visor. She told me I shouldn't talk to those people because they wouldn't pay attention to me. They weren't conscious, they were just living in a dream world. They walk like robots. It made me sad, and I felt very sorry for them. Suddenly a bright light appeared in front of me, and it slowly grew bigger. It came closer and closer to me, as if that was where I was supposed to go. Then I stepped into the light. I saw a very beautiful little beach. There were many colors that I had not seen on Earth. The sand was very white and the sky and the water were very blue. They were all shining. I saw a screen in the air that played a clip of my life. It played very quickly at first, and then more slowly. Some of them were things I had completely forgotten about. It felt like watching one of my own movies. It was amazing. I realized that I understood a lot of things, the answers were very clear, and some of the doubts I had before were answered. This was something I had never experienced before. I made my own choice to live the way I do now. I realized that I wasted a lot of time in my life. I came into this world by choice. And my life experiences were all designed before. I realize that it's not like what everyone says it is here. God does not judge or punish you. Here, it is only up to you to judge yourself. There is an island in front of the beach. There was also a very bright sun that spoke to me telepathically and made me understand everything about life. Suddenly, there appeared many people dressed in white robes. They followed a man who carried a great light. He had a white beard, and his robes were more beautiful than the others. They were floating on the calm sea. They came in front of me. On his chest, he wore a cross with golden circles around it, and he looked at me benevolently. At the end of the line was my dead mother, who was also wearing a white coat, and I asked her telepathically, "Mom, what are you doing here? Have you been living here since you died?" She told me, "This is the real home. It is the final destination for everyone." This surprised me very much. My mother said to me, "Your time is not up yet, you must go back, your son still needs your care." I was disappointed and said, "Do you know how hard my life is over there? I want to stay with you." At this point the bearded man touched my head and said, "We know all about you. I know you are not happily married, but everything will be fine." He showed me something. I saw the following scene. On a beautiful beach, I was wearing a blue tunic, and there was an extra woman beside me. The woman had a big belly, and I could tell at a glance that she was pregnant. I was surprised because my previous marriage was not a happy one. I had no intention of getting married again after the divorce. Her skin was very white and she had very beautiful eyes. She smiled at me and told me telepathically that she was my real wife. I felt infinite tenderness. This wonderful feeling enveloped me, and I heard a voice inside saying, "Through love, you will understand everything. Later you will get the answers you want." My life would turn for the better because I had a greater understanding of the meaning of life. Then I returned to Earth and I was back in my cramped body, which became quite unwieldy, and my mind, too, became very slow. I saw my family and friends. I told them what I had experienced and they looked at me in amazement as if I were crazy. I realized they didn't understand what I was talking about. Only I knew what I was going through.